Welcome back to Good Day Chicago on this beautiful Thursday. Live look outside of the United Center for the final day of the Democratic National Convention. Vice President Kamala Harris is going to be in the spotlight tonight. Joining me is political analyst Thomas Seraphin and former Illinois Republican Party Chair Pat Brady. Thank you both for being here.
Sure.
This is going to be the biggest speech of the life for Kamala Harris. What do you think that she needs to focus on tonight?
Tom? Well, she's got to talk about the economy and what she's going to be doing. You know, there's been a lack of continuity for the last 3 nights of messaging. You know, Barack Obama and his wife Michelle both appealed to the Republicans and the independents, and they actually mentioned them in their speeches, and they asked them to think about things, because you're looking for those independents voters in 7 states. That's what you're targeting. And they've been all over the place all weekend. I mean, the speeches have been great rhetoric, but if you're trying to get something done, there has been a lack of focus. So tonight she has to focus on what it's going to take to get those 7 states. We need 7 states. How are you going to do it? What is your message? It's got to be about the economy. It's got to be about the migration, you know, the border issue. Those are the top 2 issues that everybody's concerned about.
Do you think that's been intentional, the fact that they haven't really gotten into a lot of policy talk during the DNC?
Yeah, because if they do get into policy talk, they get creamed, because the Biden administration failed miserably on the border, and Bidenomics is kind of a joke. So I don't think there will be a lot of policy. I think what she needs to do is get up there, be likable, tell her story, talk about, and like Tom said, those 7 states that they are trying to win, convince people in those states that she actually cares about them, and don't go long.
And last night we got a chance to hear from her potential vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz. What did you make of his speech?
You know, he was good. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, he hit a home run for himself, but to get the ticket across the border, you need to get votes. You need to take this time on national television, as Pat says. You got to be in prime time tonight. They've been off the clock all week, and they've been past prime time. People are going to bed when the big show is. Tonight, the big show has got to be before 10 o'clock. They have to move things back. They have to get to Vice President Harris, and they got to get her on the air. They got to get her on the air before we go to bed. And if you're like me, you like to go to bed before midnight.
Definitely like to get to bed early.
The East Coast missed it all. I mean, there's some key areas that they're trying to address. I agree completely. Overall, it's been a successful convention for the Democrats, I think, but I do not understand for the life of me the lack of continuity in the message and the lack of discipline. I mean, Bill Clinton's half hour, I had the text of his speech. He went completely off text, rambled on, but that being said, the best communicator in the world, Oprah Winfrey, got up and really, I think, gave a great speech.
I was actually going to ask about Oprah Winfrey and the other celebrities that have kind of made their way to the DNC. What impact or influence do you think that they can have on people who are maybe undecided?
I think in the 6 or 7 states that matter, other than Oprah, who's in a class of her own, putting celebrities up there does not appeal to those kind of people, I don't think.
And the Democrats seem to be on I guess, a energy wave since President Biden has dropped out. Do you think that wave is going to go up, go down, or maybe stay the same after the DNC is over?
Boy, this is the biggest pep rally in the world. It's like if you watch Hard Knocks with the Chicago Bears this year on the NFL, everybody's talking about Caleb. Everybody's talking about they're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to win 9, 10, 12 games. They're going to be in the playoffs. Everything's wonderful until they lose the first 3 games. Yeah. So this is terrific. They got all the energy in the world. They have to go out there and do it. But remember, they're fighting against themselves because they're complaining about the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of where we've been, and yet 12 of the last 16 years the Democrats have been in control. Right. So she's running against herself. That's a real tough opponent to have.
What do you feel like is the key to, I guess, put a big bow on the DNC tonight?
Just give a good speech, don't go long, be likable, and again, try to convince the people that need to be convinced. She has to
be real. She's got to be real.
She's got to be real. I agree with that, and I think Tim Walz did a great job doing that, but she's got, this whole race comes down to, is she an acceptable alternative to Trump for the 10% of the voters that were kind of the Nikki Haley voters, and that's what she needs to do. But if she gets deep into policy, she loses.
Well, we're waiting to see. Hopefully not too late to see what she says tonight. Thank you both for being here.
That's what you're supposed to do, though, right?
That's what you're supposed to do,
but you got to avoid it, but at the same time, win it.
Yeah.